Hey, good morning and happy Thursday. I'm saying Thursday because we are so close to the end of the work week. I am Crystal Moyer in for Bridget, and you are watching Breakfast with Bridget here every morning, 7:30. You know what we do. We're going to hit some of the top stories. We also have a guest to talk about some savings. If you have some furry family, and I'm talking about those pets, those cats and dogs, we have ways that you can save. Also, we're going to check in with meteorologist Michelle Morgan to get a check of the weather. We've got some rain coming in, so heads up there. We're going to check in with Trooper Steve. And we also have an interesting story about the Orlando Ballet. They have this new show called Director's Choice, and it's basically three different ballets from three different choreographers. It's really interesting. I got to check out one of their rehearsals. So let's get started with our weather. Meteorologist Michelle Morgan in the house, and it's cool today, but not as cool as yesterday.
No, and it's actually very comfortable outside, Crystal. Yesterday morning, many of us started off in the 30s and also 40s. So, of
Woo!
course, for us Floridians, that was pretty cold, right? But this morning, we're actually starting off in the 50s. But north of the I-4 corridor, you all are still in the 40s here. So let's go ahead and take a look at your current conditions here. You can see that temperatures are starting off in the 40s in Wildwood and 45 in the Villages. Ocala also dealing with that chilly air. But as we head to Orlando and Sanford, middle to upper 50s, and then our coastal cities, not too bad, 56 degrees in Cocoa Beach, Melbourne at 54 and 51 in Daytona Beach. So as we take a look at the weather setup for today, air of high pressure is now over the peninsula around the Big Bend area. That is going to keep our winds out of the north as we go through today between 5 to 10 miles per hour, but it's also going to keep us cloud free and also rain free. An isolated shower or two are possible along our coastal spots, but that's about it. Many kids are out of school, it's spring break, but if you do have any plans with the kiddos today, today's going to be a gorgeous day. So as we take a look at your hour by hour forecast, we're looking at middle to upper 60s by 10. As we get closer to lunch around noon, 75 degrees. And then by 2, we're in the 80s and the humidity is going to stay nice and low. So not only will it be a warm day, it's also going to be a comfortable day. We won't have to deal with that high humidity that returns tomorrow. I do want to show you your pollen forecast because many of us, yes, we are suffering from high pollen. So unfortunately, today will be one of those days. So if you take allergy medicine or you're sneezing and sniffling, there's a good reason why. Now, we are looking at some rain moving into the area tomorrow. Beneficial rain for many of us. We're actually starting off below average for the month of March. But the rain is going to wash that pollen. It's going to bring it back down to that low value. So you wouldn't be suffering too much. But as we head into the weekend, things begin to dry out. We'll be between that medium to high range, and then we're back to high on Monday, and we are looking at drier conditions. So today, I am calling for a 10% coverage for those isolated showers, mainly south of the I-4 corridor. But look at this. This is tomorrow. So we are looking at big changes on the way where our rain chances will increase to 80, 90% across our viewing area. So many of us will see that good soaking rain. So as we time things out here, here's future radar. You don't have to worry about anything today. We'll be cloud free, but ahead of our next weather system, we'll have an area of low pressure associated with a warm front as well as a cold front. Now, both of those fronts will move through the area, but the warm front is going to arrive first. So when that warm front approaches the area, as we go through late Thursday into early Friday, our clouds will begin to increase. A few isolated showers are possible early Friday morning, but then around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, again, if you commute early to work, or if you are taking the kids to school around that time range, you may run into a little bit of rain. It may get heavy, especially over Lake County, portions of Marion County, Flagler, and also Volusia County. I do think the rain will remain light in Osceola County and a few sprinkles possible in Brevard County. Now, it's not going to rain all day. We get a break from the rain around lunch, and then the rain ramping back up as we head into a Friday afternoon around 1, 2 o'clock, and we'll continue to see scattered rain. It'll get heavy in a few locations, and also a few thunderstorms may be embedded within the heavy rain as well. Now, the severe weather threat is extremely low. The ingredients are really not there for spin ups or gusty winds or anything like that. But the heavy rain, again, we may see localized flooding, especially in those low lying areas. As we go through your Friday evening around 6, 7, showers will linger and then things slowly begin to clear on out as we go through the overnight hours into Saturday. So let's go ahead and talk about Saturday afternoon real quick because a cold front is expected to arrive Saturday afternoon. We may see a few showers out of it. A few thunderstorms are certainly possible. Now, the rain coverage will be much lower than Friday. I am calling for a 40% right now, and it's not going to rain all day, and the rain is not going to be widespread. Many of us will actually see a nice Saturday under partly cloudy skies, and I'll show you the high for Saturday afternoon coming up in that 7 day. But the rainfall potential, not a whole lot of rain associated with this first system or that warm front. Many of us will see a little over a quarter of an inch according to this model. That includes Kissimmee, Leesburg, the Villages, Ocala. But as we head to our coastline, New Smyrna Beach could potentially see almost an inch of rainfall as we go through early Saturday morning. So here's a look at your 7 day forecast. Today, 82, an isolated shower or two possible. Overall, looking at a pleasant day. Now, tonight, temperatures are expected to fall into the middle 60s. Now, on Friday, things will be much cooler due to that rain. I am forecasting a high of 74 degrees with a 90% coverage for showers. It'll get heavy in a few locations, and isolated thunderstorms are possible. Now, on Saturday, I am calling for a 40% coverage for some rain and a few thunderstorms, but it will be breezy, and it's going to stay breezy all day. We're looking at temperatures in the lower 80s, all thanks to that cold front. When that cold front exits the area Saturday evening, look at this. We stay windy but sunny. Temperatures will be in the lower 70s. And then Monday through our Tuesday and also Wednesday, we're looking pretty good. It's going to be overall dry with abundant sunshine and those temperatures staying above average.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much. I know the key word here, windy over the weekend. So definitely keep an eye
Yeah.
on that. We will keep updated with your weather alerts. You can head to clickorlando.com/weather or use the Pinpoint Weather app, which I love. And you can enable those push alerts to give you an update on when you can expect to see that rain. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, of course, we just talked about the weather. We're going to head over to Trooper Steve to get a check on traffic. He is in results one. Oh, what are you doing?
I'm just
What's
having
all
fun
this?
this morning.
See what
Because
happens
you
once we
can't
get towards the
control
ends of the week? Like, people get a little bit, we all get a little loose once it gets towards that Thursday, Friday.
100%.
So, how are things doing on the roadways right now?
They're doing pretty good this morning. We had some residual things from overnight. Unfortunately, we were watching a
Hmm.
fatal crash down in Osceola. Happened about 1 o'clock this morning. No details from the Florida Highway Patrol yet. But yeah, that's been all cleared up. And for the most part, we're doing pretty good. We can go straight to dot cam. Things pretty clear along 417. It's just a dirty camera, y'all. Don't worry. It is nice and clear out there. 417 at the 18 puts us close to Boggy Creek. 417, Lake Nona area. But I've been watching this morning. It kind of threw me off because there was no crashes reported out here northbound Narcoossee over by Narcoossee Elementary School all the way up to the county line. But if you live down here, just east here, we here at News 6 have covered that whole Sunbridge expansion. There are already 3 or 4 neighborhoods out there that are just inundated with everything that's going on and then contributing to that traffic. Not fun. This crash still hanging out here within the Lake Nona community. If you're seeing Nemours and it sounds familiar, yes, that's where Nemours Hospital is, Nemours Parkway, Upper Hardin Avenue. Seeing some delays there on the parkway. So just be careful, please, this morning. Look at the sun. Look how this is glaring out
That
there.
is
Oh,
nice.
gorgeous. This is State Road 528 at the 18-mile marker. Puts us just east of State Road 417. Crystal, things are flowing real nice out there. The sun is shining. Weather is beautiful. And there are no delays. These crashes aren't going to slow you down. That first one without the logo, not going to even talk about it because it's gone. Southland Boulevard right at OBT. This one has a lane block. Just be cautious. You'll see some lights flashing. I'm even surprised by this. Eastbound, not as heavily delayed as we normally see. I-4
Yeah.
Champions Gate, but it's there. So just be careful. And then, look at that. This just happened. So this is going to be Pleasant Hill northbound right there over at Orange Blossom Trail. I will just exit out here briefly so you could see what's going on. I'm going to slide it north a little bit, and you could see that there's a crash right there at the intersection of Pleasant Hill and Orange Blossom Trail. So I need you guys to be super cautious out here. Traffic's already a circus when it comes to things. Now we have a crash. So again, be careful within this area. Outside of that, pretty clear as we move on to the next slide. Things out south of the airport. This is where we had that earlier crash, the fatal crash, Buena Vista, Simpson, looking good this morning. And even better, your drive times currently across Central Florida looking good. As they pop up here, they should commute. No, they're not going to. It's okay. You can come back to me. Things look good across Central Florida. I take my word for it. I'm not watching anything right now. As long as you're hitting the road carefully, things will look good. I wish I was back out at Cocoa Village today, Crystal. My
It was
goodness, that
nice,
was so
wasn't it?
beautiful.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
really,
you're
and
like, you're going to enjoy this.
it's changed so much. I mean, I grew up in that area, but visiting recently, it has changed so much, especially with new businesses down there. You went and visited a restaurant that opened in
Yeah.
2022. Mm,
It was, and the small businesses, it's all like unique little spots.
right.
And when I was talking with the owners of Cafe de Havana, they were telling me that it's actually fun to be down there because all the local businesses are in support of each other. Usually you get a lot of competition and stuff, but she's like, "Look, we've been here since November of 2022, and it's not long, but the local business and the local community supports them so much." I tell you, I had a cafe con leche that was so good. That is going to be my go-to spot now whenever I'm down over in that area. But it was fun. We got to tour the area. Today, we're back to the basics a little bit. We're going to take Ask Trooper Steve and we're going to bring it to the truck today and talk about these turning signals, when you're supposed to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, all the time, all the time,
Right.
all the time.
Right.
But we will demonstrate that today at 8:30 at clickorlando.com.
Awesome. And I hope you guys all check that out. All of those segments are put online afterwards. So if you can't join us live for Trooper Steve on patrol, you can go back and check it out, or maybe send it to your kids out there not using their turning signals. So thank you so much, Trooper Steve. Stay safe out there.
Thanks, Crystal. Bye.
Bye. All right, now turning to some news we've been talking about for a while, that violence, gang violence out of Haiti. You know, a lot of Americans trying to get out of the country right now because of all the violence that's going on, a lot of refugees as well. So one of the flights carrying 14 Americans actually landed yesterday at the Orlando Sanford International Airport. It was a very emotional time for families reuniting, and News 6's Troy Campbell was there and caught up with some of those folks who made it back.
We were here at the airport when we watched. It was very emotional as young children were reunited with their family on the rescue flights from Haiti. After several days of trying, Governor Ron DeSantis, he showed up here just before that plane landed.
Tell me, what have the last few days been like to get to this moment right here to talk with us?
Well, it was very stressful. I can happily say it was a mission accomplished, and we're finally reunited with Julian, our 2-year-old son. It took about 2.5 weeks, so the days were turning into weeks, the weeks were turning into months.
Felipe Herman and Olivia Dernier say it's been more than 2 weeks waiting for their 2-year-old son Julian to safely return with his family back to the United States amid rising violence throughout Haiti.
I'm actually speaking on behalf of, well, my little family, but my extended family. It was a 14 people rescue mission. We're finally all reunited. There were, how many babies? 8 kids under 8, so 8, 5, 3, 2, all the way down to 4 months.
Florida's Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie says 14 people were on board the flight that left Haiti for Seminole County on Wednesday. The flight is just one of 4 planned for the day, but Guthrie says Haitian gangs created roadblocks on the drive to the airport.
Absolutely, and I'll repeat the question for those that may not have heard it. You know, what was the emotions like that for these individuals that are walking through here? You obviously saw tears. You saw laughter, you saw joy. I'll tell you, you know, there's nothing more gratifying as an EM director than to see that.
Governor Ron DeSantis says he will continue to provide state resources to continue in the Haiti rescue missions.
We understand that this is important. We understand that there's people that are really in danger right now that are our fellow Floridians, and so this is, I think, this is the appropriate thing for us to do to mobilize these resources.
Governor DeSantis says he's now calling on the government of the Dominican Republic to go ahead and approve paperwork that they've already submitted, calling on them to allow for them to land their aircrafts on their side of the border in order to save Floridians from the Haitian side of the border. In Sanford, Troy Campbell, Getting Results News 6.
We'll keep following that story and have updates on clickorlando.com as well. All right, turning to our furry family members, we're talking about pets here. They could get pretty expensive. I know, especially with inflation, and I'll show my pets. They've just kind of stumbled upon me because they are rescues. On the left, you see my dog Nala. She's 12. On the right is my cat Jackson. Jackson was found outside of our station, and we rescued him. And Nala, when I was working in South Carolina, she was dumped on the side of the road, just a few days old. So that is my baby. You see both of them there. But things can get expensive. If you're thinking about owning a pet, I want to bring in Charlotte Reed. She is the host of Pet Buzz Radio, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how you could save a buck and some interesting finds that she has to share with us if you have a dog or a cat. Good morning. I see you have a friend with you, Wally.
This is Wally. He's my 6-year-old English toy spaniel. And by the way, I love your dogs. And thank you so much for saving a life by rescuing your dogs. You know, this time of the year, one of the biggest health things that we really worry about is flea and tick products. And I know if you've been following the news, you recently found out a man from Oregon got bubonic plague from his cat. Another man in New Mexico died. So a lot of people don't realize that flea and tick products not only protect our pets, but they protect ourselves. Now, I like ActiSpot and Activate 2 for dogs and cats. One, because they really kill fleas, ticks, and eggs. Very important. They repel and kill mosquitoes, but they also repel parasites. It's waterproof. Think if your pet goes swimming. Very, very important. And here's the thing. It's vet quality products, but it's 25 to 35% less. How about that for products that save you more, give you more bang for your buck, Crystal?
I like how you mentioned that, Charlotte, because a lot of times when, you know, especially going to the vets, there are a ton of different options for flea and tick prevention. And I think one key here to mention are coupons, because I don't think people realize there are coupons everywhere, whether you check the websites, whether you head to some of these pet stores. Keep an eye out for coupons, right?
And their rebates, especially for heartworm products. That's very important. Now, I want to add this because I spend a lot of time outdoors, hiking and kayaking and fishing, and I always have a little extra. I love this. It's also by Tevra Pet. It's naturals. It's home spray. What I love about it is you can spray it directly on your pet, the pet's bed, and the furniture. And when you're outdoors doing activities like a lot of us Floridians do, it's nice because you could spray it in your car. Like I said, protect your pet as well as your home. So let's move on, because one thing that we all always talk about, and we know it's a hassle to do, and we know it's messy, is guess what? Brushing our pets' teeth. And we all say, oh, our pets have stinky breath. That's why, because we don't like to brush our pets' teeth. So we love nowadays things that are easy and can save us money. So I bought some Twist and Look. Now it looks like a deodorant, and as you can see, I've turned the top and there's liquid gel on the top. Now let's see if we can get Wally to lick it. He usually loves it so much. There he goes.
So this is like for dogs who aren't very comfortable with, you know, sticking the toothbrush in their mouth.
Exactly. And what I love about it, it's a great way to bond. We sit on the couch at night. He takes his Twist and Lick, combats plaque and tartar, as well as the existing plaque and tartar, whitens the teeth and freshens the breath. And that's what I love about it. This will last for small dogs about a month, and for about big dogs, a little less than that, okay? And the dosage is based on the turns at the bottom. See, Wally wants more. And for cats, we just showed a picture of the oral gel. That you just put on the cat's gums. But brushing teeth or getting teeth cleaned is about $600. So if you do this every day, I mean, you could do it once a week, but it takes a few minutes. Do it every day and save yourself some money. And if you have a big dog, remember, smaller dogs cost less to medically treat. So a big dog means more anesthesia, more teeth to clean, or bigger teeth to clean. See, Wally just keeps wanting that twisting look. Okay.
I could totally relate to that because initially, I got my dog Nala, got her teeth done and she had to go under anesthesia. That was a very expensive, procedure to have done. And now they have a lot of different other options, but that really got me to think.
They do, but most people don't realize by the time a dog is 3 and a cat is 4, they already have periodontal disease and they have oral care problems. So this is a good way to tackle it now and work on that plaque and tartar that your pet already has, as well as if you adopted or you purchased a new puppy. Okay.
And it's
one thing that all pet mommies, I'm sorry?
I said, speaking of teeth, I know we talk a lot about treats because treats can be a big issue for their oral health. And I know I want to make sure that Nala's eating and Jackson are eating healthy treats. Do you have some options for healthier treats for your pet?
Sure. Well, the first thing I love about treats is made in the USA products. Very key. So a lot of pet products are not only made, but these products by Loving Pets are sourced in the USA. And what I love about this, look at this giant bag of treats. Okay. It's very heavy, as well as these smaller bags. This is the natural value. These bags are packed with treats. And what I like about them is they're really long. So if you have multiple dogs in a family, you can break them in pieces or take them to a training class. And that's what I like about it. You don't have to give your dog one big piece of chicken or turkey or even the duck sausage, which is so funny because it has the little links there. But that's a great value. And like I said, made in the U.S. and sourced in the U.S. The guys who work in this company, I call them my Jersey boys because they're a big Jersey family. And it's great. And I know they're healthy. And here's the thing. I've been to this factory. So it's meticulous and the staff is very caring and they all have dogs. So it's great. They make products for their furry family members.
Yeah, that's really neat. And let's shift over to the kitties now because a big
we forgot the Harmony Pet products. And I wanted to talk about that because as you know, because you're a working gal, so many pets suffer from stress, especially dogs. About 75% of dogs suffer from stress. And I know we have a picture of the Harmony Pet products. They're a new product that just launched at Global Pet Expo this week. There's one for cats. And what I love about these pheromone products is pheromones keep pets calm. But what's nice about them is they're products that don't have to be plugged in. And that is something really, really key with the Harmony line of pet products. If you have a cat, you're going to the vet because you know how cats are when you have to take them to the vet. They're crazy. They've got to get in the carrier. But you just take these pheromone products and you put them in the car or spray your carrier, or it's the same thing. You have a collar for dogs, which is great. There's spray for dogs. And there's also a product that you can put near the bed, someplace that your pet can relax or near a cage, especially if you have workmen coming. And like you said, one other thing about the cats, world's best cat litter. We are all looking for sustainable products right now. So this is powered by corn. I love it because it's flushable. I have cats as well. So I know you want to clean that stinky litter box. You can actually flush this down the toilet. Now, not all natural letters are flushable. This is certified flushable. And the corn is from the Midwest. It's American made corn or American grown corn. So the one thing about World's Best Cat Litter is it's very popular. You can find it everywhere. And as a result of finding it everywhere, some stores, groceries, pet stores, and our big box stores offer it at a discount. And there's various coupon programs like pet savings coupons that you can find this for 2, 3, and sometimes combine those coupons and get a great deal.
That's incredible. Thank you so much, Charlotte Reed. That's all the time we have today with the Pet Buzz. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Have a wonderful day and bye, Wally.
Bye-bye. And thank you so much for having me. And say hi to all those pet lovers at the station.
We sure will.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. All right, turning now to arts. I know a lot of you might like to go out and visit the Dr. Phillips Center for Performing Arts. Well, they do have a show coming up partnering with the Orlando Ballet called The Director's Cut. And this one is really unique because it's 3 different shows by 3 different choreographers. So I got to check out one of their rehearsals. Take a look. Point shoes and kilts are not a combination you'd expect to see in a performance, but when it comes to director's choice for the Orlando Ballet, anything goes.
I use Scottish Highland dancing. There's Morris dancing, which with the arms, they're just strictly down by your sides. And then also traditional Irish dancing, what we think and feel of as truly Celtic, and then kind of fusing that with balletic moves.
The production Deverall will have its Central Florida debut. Director Jordan Morris describing the performance as his version of river dance, an ode to his family heritage.
My grandfather was Welsh and my grandmother was Irish.
For some of these dancers, it's back to the basics, learning about traditional Irish step dancing.
They haven't done a lot of it, so there was a bit of a sort of a workshopping of where it's almost a little bit like learning a new language and how to speak it and the inflections and the dialects.
Even the music taking you on a cultural journey. It's part of the closing performance for the Orlando Ballet's Director's Choice Show, featuring 3 unique ballets by 3 different choreographers.
I sort of call it a buffet of dance. So you're not coming and just seeing one person's choreography and moves. The first piece on the program is a world premiere by Heath Gill, just a great theatrical director and choreographer as well. His ballets are always super interesting and complex and humorous, thought-provoking. The middle piece is by Stephanie Martinez. It's called Dos Lados, which is the 2 sides. And she really sort of experiments with the 2 sides of people, the duality of people, the good side, the bad side, the happy side, the sad side.
And you could check out the Orlando Ballet's Director's Cut all next week. They have several shows at Dr. Phillips. I posted all of the show times and information on clickorlando.com/insider. Just a really, really impressive group of dancers there. That's all the time we have for Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm Crystal Moyer, filling in through tomorrow. Bridgett will be back next week for this show. So have a wonderful day.